In this video, I want to show you how to sharpen a lawnmower blade. In this tutorial, I'm using a ratchet and 2x4 to remove the blade, and I'm also going to use some sort of abrasive tool to sharpen the blade. I'm going to demonstrate with an angle grinder, a manual file, as well as a bench grinder. For the first step, I'm going to remove the blade. To do this on a push mower, you could wedge the blade with a 2x4 somehow, just depending on geometry. Make sure to pay attention to how this is installed right here. So that's going to be a washer. So I'm going to remove this and put this aside. Then you're free to remove the blade. If you have a file, you would put it at the same angle as the current angle is of the blade right here. So in my case, this is roughly 45-degree angle. So I'm just going to put it at that exact same angle and just push forward. With the file, these are directional, so typically the sharp edge will only be facing one direction. If you run it back and forth on your back return, you're just going to dull it. So only apply pressure when you're pushing it forward like this. Then you remove it and continue to do that. You can see how much progress you're making because it'll start to become shiny. You can see right here that it's starting to shine a tiny bit on the edge. So that's how you know it's getting sharpened. All you need to do is continue this along the entire length of the blade, and of course the other side as well. If you're using an angle grinder with a flap disc, this is the easiest way. All you need to do is run it along right here. The flap disc will conform to the existing angle. You don't want to cut a new steeper angle. Just try to match it as best you can and just run it across like here, and it'll conform even to these curved edges. If you are using a standard grinding wheel, I would not suggest using this just because it's a little more difficult and it won't conform. These aren't designed to be loaded this way. So if you apply load this way, there's a chance that this will shatter. These are designed to be loaded like this, so you would run it only like this on the surface, not like this. For the blade, you would load it like this and just run across here. And try not to let it skip too much because it'll go back and forth like this. So that's why I would not suggest using this. It's just not a good application for it. I'm going to demonstrate real quick using this with the angle grinder. Of course, always have your ear protection in and eye protection. So I'm just going to run across right here. If you're able to clamp this to a table or something, I would suggest doing that. I'm just holding it because it's easier to demonstrate. Once you're finished, the blade should of course be shiny, and you should definitely feel a difference in how sharp it is. If you're using a bench grinder, you could just come in at the exact angle you need to. For any curvatures like this, you could do it on the edge of the wheel. Of course, don't side load it, same as the angle grinder. You don't want to be side loading it too much, but this can take a little bit more load just because it's so wide. But I'm just going to try to keep it right there on the corner, still pressing this way, not anywhere this way or this way. And actually, after looking, I see that on the underside there's quite a bit of damage hitting rocks and branches and stuff. So whichever method to use, I would suggest running across this side as well, not just this side, just to smooth this out, and it'll be much sharper. You sharpen the blade, it's time to put it back on. It's basically the same as how you removed it. Just keep in mind of how it was oriented. This is directional, so you can't put it on incorrectly. I'm going to return this the exact same way it was. This has a flat spot machined into it, so it can't be put on incorrectly either. Careful, don't touch the shop part, obviously. Tighten it up to whatever torque spec your manual calls for. I just do it hand tight. You don't want to go too tight or it'll strip it. And that is how to sharpen a lawnmower blade. Thanks for watching.